Welcome back. For more on our top stories and others, please visit our website, channelstv.com, and on youtube.com/channelsweb. You can also watch us on the go on your mobile device. Log on to m.channelstv.com or download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS, and Windows phones from their respective stores. Having the Channels TV and Channels 24 app gives you access to news and updates. You also have the Eyewitness feature, so you too can be part of the news. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu and follow the instructions. In Kogi State, as most states cope with the current economic challenges, the state government has taken a bold step to stimulate the economy by rolling out an entrepreneurship scheme for women and youth. The Kogi State Governor, Yahaya Bello, made this known in Lokoja, the state capital. In the area of civil service reform, Governor Bello says the state will deploy electronic human resource management to make it more productive.
We'll be rolling out a bouquet of entrepreneurship and other schemes designed for different categories of Kogites, but mainly our women and youths. Our intention is to set up, grow or otherwise assist at least 239 small and medium enterprises monthly in this state through grants and other inputs. The aim is to stimulate the economy from the grassroots up. The Kogi State Staff Screening and Verification Exercise is one area in which we set out to remove fault lines that undermine the integrity of our developmental efforts, and one in which we scored massively last year. Having largely excised ghost workers and unintended beneficiaries from our payroll, we will be working this year to consolidate on those gains. We shall forge ahead very rapidly in the new year to deploy electronic human resources management system across our civil service. This is intended to keep our workforce clean and free of compromise or compromising factors while pushing forward our agenda to see the Kogi State Civil Service metamorphose into a well-disciplined, well-motivated, and highly productive team.
Mr. Yahaya Bello, Governor, Kogi State. From there, northern governors have begun advocacy visits to states worst hit by crisis between herdsmen and farmers. The Northern Governors Forum put together a team to help reconcile aggrieved sides and restore peace for regional integration. Benue State in north-central Nigeria is one of those visited by the three-man delegation led by the chairman of the forum, Borno State Governor Kashim Shettima.
When the siege was on, you were always there to speak on my behalf and to support my proposal that we end the issue of invasion and herdsmen farmers problem through ranching. We have land for farming, but not for grazing. But we have proposed ranching. But it's something that cannot be done overnight. It is something that requires the effort of the state and the federal government to come together and collaborate and see how we can provide infrastructure for the herdsmen.
When the killing started here in Benue, we were very much worried. This is our 10th time of coming to Benue to show solidarity to our brethren in Benue. I would rather be a small fish in a big pond than a big fish in a small pond. We believe in Nigeria. We believe in the Nigerian project. But when the North is one, when there is peace in the North, there is going to be peace in Nigeria. To be the mainstay of the Nigerian economy, it contributes over 70% to our total GDP. And Benue is the food basket of the nation.
Mr. Kashim Shettima, Governor, Borno State. Now, in its continuation of the weekly briefing of operations in the northeast, the Nigerian Army says it's making headway with the mop-up of that region. Addressing newsmen in Maiduguri, the Borno State capital today, the theater commander, Operation Lafia Dole, Major General Lucky Rabo, lists the successes of his men within the past week.
The troops of Operation Lafia Dole have continued exploitation and mop-up against the fleeing Boko Haram terrorists, of course with attendant successes. Now, on the updates of Operation Rescue Final, the operation in Sambisa Forest and environ is continuing. Our troops are conducting various exploitation and mop-up operations against the fleeing Boko Haram terrorists, who of course are now in complete disarray. In that regard, clearance operations are being conducted. On the 29th of December, at about 06:47 hours, own troops embark on clearance operation to Dumu Forest in coordination with the operation, and the troops cleared Dumu Forest, Dumu Village, I beg your pardon, Ambula Juta. They also carried out bombardments of some suspected locations, and including Gombole, Malabi, Shewolowo, Izuwe, Ngwalimiri, and Latan villages. On the 31st, at about 09:45 hours, own troops conducted a clearance operation to Iowa village, which is, of course, for those of you, into Sambisa, as crow flies, about 25 kilometers. Troops cleared Tula, Majaja, Nafaida, Jaja, Masukura, and before getting to Iowa. Although there was no contact that was made, we found a mini Boko Haram terrorist camp, and of course, that's what we saw there were destroyed in situ.
Let's bring you some news of the agriculture sector now. The President of the International Funds for Agriculture Development, Mr. Kanayo Waze, has challenged the federal government to create the right policies and provide the necessary infrastructure for seamless production and transportation for the development of the sector. He was speaking in Ogun State, southwest Nigeria, while visiting a farm in Abeokuta North Local Government Area, where he warns that government must avoid policy somersaults in order to fully tap into the agricultural value chain for national development.
The nation has awoken to the fact that oil, petrol, does not feed people. We have not gotten better. Some people have gotten richer, but the population has gotten poorer. We have to go back to basics. And the basics and the fundamentals for Nigeria's development is agriculture. I think we make a mistake by thinking that government will do this and so on. Government has primary responsibility. The right policies and the social investments. Government cannot provide jobs for Nigeria's 175 million people. It's impossible. If a government employs more than 15% of its population, it will go bankrupt. So the rest must find jobs, create jobs themselves. Look at farming. We just talked about it, the possibilities that exist along the value chain, from production to markets, value addition, transformation, storage facilities, marketing, IT information. These are all businesses in the food system. But we have to be able to support farmers, help them to organize themselves into farmers' associations.
You're watching news across Nigeria. When we come back, in the environment, the Lagos State government trains over 500 youth in horticulture. Stay with us.